Girl, I am so excited about this Wellness Wednesday.
Yes.
Go red for heart health is what you said you wanted to talk about today.
Yes, that's
I'm
what we're
so
talking about today. Welcome everyone to Wellness Wednesday. Me and Miss Dr. Tracy Harrell are here to talk to you about heart health. So, Tracy, we're going to be talking about heart health all month because February is designated as the month of heart health awareness. So, I'm excited that we're going to be talking about that. I have two things that I want to do. I'm going to be sharing some information, some statistics, and then I also want to leave people with what they can do, as well as some things that are coming up.
excellent. I love it. So we're going to do some quick introductions because I see that both Candace and Wendy popped in the room with me. We're actually at Tabor 100. So let's do some quick introductions. So Felicia, why is this concept of being heart healthy in March? Why is this so important to you? And who are you?
Okay, I am Felicia B. Well. I am a wellness coach ambassador. I coach men and women on how to take better care of their health. And I'm part of an organization called Sisters for Self Care, where we help women who have dealt with disease, divorce, domestic violence, or depression. So, what we do is we help these women take charge of their life, and your health is your greatest wealth. So that is one area that
Mm.
Sisters for Health for Self Care really focuses on. So I am here as one of their ambassadors to talk to you all about heart health.
I love it. I love it. So
I
I'm Tracy Harrell. Thank you. And as y'all know, I'm on a journey. Like I'm a coach. Like I do know how to, do know how to support people in a number of different ways. But my wellness has not been a priority. I have not prioritized it. So I'm excited to have my lady friends say, let's show up for a Wellness Wednesday, right? So I got some experts and people who know what they're doing who are here to actually drive change. So we're going to come to Candace in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and have this beautiful lady next to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Introduce yourself and tell us who you are and why is this concept of wellness so important to you?
So, my name is Wendy R. Moore, and the concept of wellness is extremely important to me. So many reasons, but I'll just start with um, your heart is so important. It is one of the most important things in your body, and keeping your heart healthy. It's so many things go into that, and I'm just super excited that as women, we especially Black women need to pay more attention to our health and our wellness. Um, our counterparts are not studying us and how we show up and how things show up on us and with us. And so it's just really super important for us to be aware because things look different on Black women than white women or Asian women, just other women. Black women have different symptoms. So the thought that we need to pay attention to the warning signs in our body and just really pay attention and be more intentional about our wellness.
Oh, I love it. I have to update our names. Dr. Tracy Harrell and Wendy R. Moore. So I'll make that update. Miss Candace Dixon, thank you for jumping on the StreamYard. How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good, Tracy. Thanks
Yeah.
for asking.
So why did you want to join this conversation about heart health? You want to talk about everything wellness. Wellness Wednesdays are another one. You're fit. You're committed. You make this a priority. Talk about that.
Well, I like Felicia said, really your health is your greatest wealth, right? What can you do when you're not healthy? All these wonderful things that we want to be to our families, to our communities. We, if our health is compromised, then we're not able to achieve our goals. So for me, knowing that heart issues, heart attacks, and things like that are one of the leading causes of death for Black women, I know we've got to get really serious about how we manage our health, what we do, those warning signs. Like Wendy just said, the warning signs look a little different, right? As Black women, we're sheroes. We got the capes on. We're flying around, saving people, here and far and near. But taking care of ourselves is very important, and it does look different. So we have to talk about, some of the issues that we might be having
I
so
love
that
it.
we know exactly where that sickness or illness might be coming from. You know,
I love
Tracy,
it.
you and I talk a lot about diet and health and wellness. So it's important.
It
You got
is.
to make it happen.
I love it. Well, the Felicia's wearing red today. She came prepared. The rest of us just showing up.
Yeah.
We got a few more Wednesdays
Stay
in the month
ready.
of February to show up in red. So next Wednesday, we're going to show up in red.
Okay.
Right? We're going to be intentional. So, but Felicia, you came prepared to talk about this in a way that's going to provide some clear insight. So go ahead and share some of the things you wanted to.
Sure. So
Sure.
here's why there is a national, I would probably say international awareness on heart health, particularly during the month of February, because every 40 seconds, a person has a heart attack.
Mm.
If we were to pause for 40 seconds right now, someone would have a heart attack.
Mm.
Every 34 seconds, a person dies from heart disease. Okay. And then, you know, women, we are the number one, population that is dying from heart disease. So that is why this is so important. Heart disease is, it's bigger, not bigger, but there are more people dying from it than other diseases like cancer, etc. But the interesting thing about heart disease is that a lot of it can be prevented. So, Tercy, I just want to share 5 things that people can do to make sure that they are staying on top of their heart health. Number 1, go get a physical. Go get a physical. Know what your numbers are. Know what areas you are deficient in, because there are people that have been healthy and they had a heart attack, particularly athletes. And what they have found in some of those cases, there were certain mineral deficiencies that they did not have. So we talk about this in Sisters for Self-Care. Know your numbers. After you get the physical, know your numbers. Know if you are a risk factor or not. Know, is this something that runs in your family that you need to be aware about? Number 3, of course, nutrition. Eating a lot of plant-based fruits and vegetables, and limiting items like red meat or things that tend to put on weight and fats in our bodies. So really, nutrition is really important. Okay. Number 4, the heart is a muscle. So movement is so critical. And what I always tell women, and Tracy, you and I have talked about this, find something that you love and do it. It could be Zumba. It could be walking. It could be hiking. It could be getting on a bicycle. It could be joining an aerobics class. It could be racquetball. I am in the process of starting racquetball lessons because I do not want to always be in the gym. I like to do different activities. So you got to really, movement needs to be a lifestyle. You always should be doing something that is helping your body move around. Okay. That's number 4. Number 5, reduce and eliminate stress. Back when the case with the police brutality case I think it was in Tennessee, right? Most recently, I saw so many therapists in social media telling people, do not watch it. And it was interesting because I called my son. I said, hey, I hear this is really bad. Do not watch it. He said, Mom, I'm not watching that stuff anymore. Because they have found that the more and more they put that stuff out there, it causes trauma and stress to us. We are already dealing with stress in our families, in our homes, maybe in the workplace, but now the media is adding on stress. So looking for ways to really reduce stress and anxiety. If you find yourself dealing with those, talk to someone. There are many, many tools and strategies that you can use to help you with dealing with stress and anxiety. So again, number 1, get a physical, know your numbers, know if you have any deficiencies, nutrition, movement, as well as reducing the level of stress and anxiety that you are putting yourself on. That job is not worth it. That relationship is not worth it. It is not worth it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. So that is just how we can proactively really take charge of ensuring that we have a healthy heart. And if you can do that, I believe that's probably 80%, of what you need to do to have a healthy heart.
So while I had zeroed in on your shot, Wendy was saying, I love this so much. And so I wanted you to share a little bit about who you are and the company, one of your companies that you focus on, and how this really relates to this topic.
Yes, I was saying to Tracy that I so really appreciate what you're doing, Felicia. This is awesome. I love this so much because I represent One Love CBD, which is part of our wellness, and I guess our wellness element to our company. And the CBD is so instrumental in a couple of ways that you talked about. One, when you're saying reduce the stress, our CBD product has been able to help some people who suffer from symptoms of anxiety and stress, and it's been able to help give them a sense of calmness and give them a chance to breathe and then get back to the work and put things in order and in the right perspective. And so that was one of the things that just really made me excited at the thought of, helping people and reminding people you have to find ways to reduce stress. And if you haven't found your movement yet, maybe you need some clarity, and that CBD can help you get some of that clarity. And then the other thing that I wanted to just say is getting a good night's sleep. That was another thing that helped to reduce some of the anxiety and stressors in our lives, is having a good night's sleep. I know in the past that I have been one of those chronic insomniac folk who I don't know, I can't even remember a time when I didn't have insomnia. And so getting the sleep and staying asleep was an issue for me. And our CBD product, One Love CBD, has been able to help me not only get to sleep, but stay asleep so that I can reset my clock and start fresh the next day. And it's also a vegan, plant-based product that does not create you to be groggy the next day. So that's the other really great benefit, that it's something that's natural and something that you can use. And if you do happen to wake up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you can actually take more. You can take some more and get yourself back to sleep and get that reset that you need. So yes, I'm super excited about wellness and keeping that heart healthy.
Tracy, I have a story where I had a woman who was a heart attack survivor, was overweight, was on high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high blood sugar levels. And she really she was on medication. And you guys know that many of the medications and I'm glad you brought up that having alternative solutions, many of the medications that people are being put on, there are other side effects. Now, we're not making medical claims. We want you to follow your doctor, absolutely. But this woman, her name was Nona, and she was able to find a heart health pack called the Peak Performance Heart Health. And by her using that within 60 days, all of her levels improved so much so that her doctors started taking her off of medication. So I'm so glad you brought that up, because there are supplements that you can use to help you with anxiety, to help you get some of those numbers down so that you are not having to depend on pharmaceuticals. I'm not opposed to pharmaceuticals. Sometimes we need them, and sometimes it's necessary. And again, always listen to your doctor, get your doctor's advice. But I think what we're trying to get at, ladies, is that people need to be proactive.
Absolutely.
People have to be proactive.
Absolutely.
So Candace, you're one of the calmest people that I know. Like you actually show up with the level of energy that is always 99.5% of the time, right? Just hearing your voice, it's soothing. Even when you're upset, it's hilarious how you perform. So let's talk about this really quickly. Any final words you want to share with people about why it's important? I know we had a hard stop at 3:30, so we're at 3:31. So any final words real quick. We'll have each of you just share why is it so important that you focus on heart health, or anything you want to share in the last 30 seconds, and then we'll wrap up and we'll see everyone next week during Wellness Wednesday. So Candace, I'll start with you. Then Wendy, I'll go to you, and we'll close with you, Felicia Be Well.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to go right into what you just said. One of the reasons why I try to remain calm, Tracy, is because I want to be heart healthy. And when I'm at peace and when I'm calm and approaching things in a very relaxed manner, I'm at my best, I do my best. And most importantly, I don't put a lot of stress on my heart and my body. So that's why you see me show up like that, because nothing is worth my peace, my joy, my energy, and my well-being.
I love it. Wendy, you're also joyful. I see you show up. Shenanigans are jumping off. You typically show up with a smile. So tell us a little bit about, why that's important to you, or any tips you want to share as we close this podcast.
I guess something that we just been talking about is just being aware and paying attention, being very intentional about your wellness, about your health. It's your greatest asset. If you're not healthy, what can you do? And remember, put your own mask on first before you can ever go out and help anyone. So we have to be intentional about our health. And God bless you. God bless you. But we have to be intentional about our health so that we can help others.
I love it. Final words to Miss Felicia Be Well.
Sure, Tracy. I want to talk to the bosses, the ambitious women that are making moves, doing it in the workplace, in their entrepreneurial businesses, within organizations. I know you want to have impact, but what's going to happen when you're not able to get up one day? All of the different areas that you're trying to impact, nothing's going to happen there. And the thing of it is, if something should happen to you, life goes on. But what about your family? What about your spouse? What about your children? So this is preventable. For most of us, heart disease is preventable if we take action. So that's really the message I want to leave. Just really take action. Listen to the pointers that we shared today and really take action. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all, everyone, for showing up.
Yeah,
Tracy stepped away.
Okay.
Have a fantastic week. See you next week.
We'll see y'all next week. Wear your red.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. I can do this. I'm sorry. Stop. I think we stopped.
Hello, everybody. While Wendy is trying to figure out how to get us out of live, let me keep talking. So yeah, make sure, you guys, that you are taking charge of your health, and movement is critical. Like I was saying before, the heart is a muscle. The heart is a muscle that needs to be exercised. So brisk walking, at least 30 minutes per day, dancing. You got to find what you love. I'm so excited that I'm going to start taking racquetball lessons, because I started going to the gym and I would see these guys, working out, playing racquetball. I was like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to have something, to switch it up, because you can only be on a bicycle for so long. There may be days where, depending on where you live, the weather is not well. And so what you can do is you can do other things like racquetball. Also going hiking, being in nature. Not only is it good for you physically, but it's also good for you mentally. So these are just some of the things that you really want to consider. And Wendy talked about, the CBD products that are available that are helping people with anxiety and stress. And I talked about the Peak Performance Heart Health that is available to help people that have high cholesterol, high blood sugar levels, as well as high blood pressure. And that there's been several independent studies that were done that when you use this pack over time, it is going to bring your numbers down. There has been several testimonies of people, as well as documented research studies that have shown that over time, when people use this peak performance heart health, it helps their levels improve. So
Thank you, Felicia.
I know we have some technical issues over here, so
All
we're gonna
right.
jump back in the stream with you. But we love you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
We'll see you
Bye-bye.
next Wednesday.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Thanks.